Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome to Tundra Dude 34. Well, as you can see outside the window, and maybe you can hear, it's raining, it's pouring, and it's windy. Terrible for anything outside with videos. But I figured today we could talk about some of the storage options you have in the new generation Toyota Tundra. Now, please don't forget, this is a double cab, so the back seat will be a little bit different, but we will talk our way through it. And let's see if they've changed some of the storage options in this new generation from the 14 to 21. Now, if you remember, the 07 to 13 had a ton of storage, and it kind of went away in 14 to 21. So let's see if it's back. So we will start with the obvious right here in the center console. So one thing I want to point out, if you have a limited, either a double cab or a Crew Max, you're going to have that QI charger right here. But down in the SR5, we don't get the charger, but we get the little area to put our phone, little spot down here to put the plug in to charge it. But there is a good amount of storage here. Now, I never really like the QI charger, to be honest with you. It would always, every time I hit a bump, it would break the charge. So for just the phone to sit there, it's great, but you could put other stuff there. There's no issue. And it actually is kind of a deep area to put whatever you need as far as a wallet, you know, some random everyday stuff, your keys. Then we come over, we get 2 cup holders now. Older generations gave you 3, but you know, more recently you're getting 2. And the good part is this is a shallow one, that's a deeper one, and it has these little tabs here to hold your drinks in place, which is very handy. When they are new, sometimes it's a pain putting the drink down into it, but as they get older, it gets a little bit easier. So as far as your center area storage, I would say it's an equal amount of room to the 14 to 21 there. But this area is really nice. You know, there is a lot more of an option there to put things versus last generation. Now, one thing you get in the lower trim new generation Tundras is this little shelf here. And you could put a wallet, keys. It's fairly deep. I don't know how good the camera is going to be able to show you there. But you can put a lot of stuff in there. If you go in the higher trims, that goes away. So in the 07 to 13s, you actually had 2 glove boxes, right? And in 14 to 21, they went down to 1 glove box. Well, this is kind of like meeting in the middle. You still have 1 glove box, but that area up there is great, you know, for your passenger, for some random stuff there. I mean, just sitting your phone here while sitting in the passenger seat is great because there's not much of an area in the door. I mean, you have those soda holders down low, and you got that little slot there, but that's not good for the big cell phones of today. So that is absolutely perfect. You also get this little tray up here. I think this is good for like your Easy Pass, maybe some change, stuff like that. You get the outlet there if you need it. But it's nice to have a little tray up there for, once again, some kind of an Easy Pass type thing. Now, we go to, and I will try to turn so you get a good view of this, your center console. Cup holders for the rear, although it's kind of not necessary because it's a double cab and there's not much space back there. You get these little trays, all right? Now, in the upper trims, this slides, but in the lower trims, it does not. Really don't matter either way. Good place, a lot of area for just your random everyday stuff. I don't think you're going to keep anything sitting out here every single day, you know, just for the value of protection. You're probably going to want to put it in here, but for all day, you know, your wallet, your keys, the crap you get through the day if you stop at a store real quick, there's a lot more area here than there was in last generation. So that is great. And the trays are pretty sturdy. Some people were complaining of the center console not feeling sturdy. Well, with the tray locked in like this versus it sliding in the higher trims, it feels it is a lot more sturdy in this setup than the higher trim setup. When you go in, we're all used to this. The big cavernous center console still has the area for change, still has the outlets here, which is cool. This little tray comes out if you don't want it, the little separator part. We still have a console safe to put in, which will go right here. But this thing is massive, and you could put absolutely anything in here. This floor is a little bit higher than over there, but still a great area to store your stuff. And I highly recommend the console safe for this. It doesn't take up the whole thing. It just takes up half, and you could lock your essentials in there. Maybe like your, you know, insurance card, registration, all that stuff. If you're someone like me who goes running, I like to put my wallet in there and lock it up. So, you know, it gives you a lot of options there, but a very big center console safe. So this is just as good as last generation for sure. Now, you also get what has always been here, this guy here for the sunglasses, which looks like it's a little bit deeper than it used to be, because I could never fit my Oakley style sunglasses in there, and they do fit now. So I don't know if that's a placebo effect or it did get a little bit deeper, but your sunglass holder is still there for you. You got to have that, right? And in the old generations, 07 to 13, you would have storage bins up here. Now that went away for 14 to 21, and it did not come back for the new generation. So up front, that's pretty much all you get. If you want to look in the glove box real quick, just your normal stuff. Normal glove box like 14 to 21, pretty much the same exact thing. There's a little tray in there you could take out if you don't want. But you know, it does the job. It does everything it needs to do. It's not insanely large, but you have all of this stuff here to put, or all this area here to put stuff into. So it's kind of like having a second glove box right here. Standard glove box, no big deal. Down on the door, we have our standard cup holders. Same as last generation. Get this little area here. I don't know what you would put in here. There's not much that's gonna fit. And maybe some change up in the handle if you want. But overall, before we look at the back seat, what is your thoughts on the storage for the new generation Tundra? I will tell you the two best parts. I love that right there. Again, that was not in my TRD Pro. I think that's a great idea. And this definitely feels like there's a lot more room to put stuff than last generation. Last generation's was pretty much cup holder and a shifter and kind of a little area, but this has a nice wide open area that's deep enough to put quite a few things. But that's the front seat. As far as storage goes, let's check out the back seats. All right, I'm gonna do this standing outside in the rain. So we still get the magazine flaps back here, which, you know, again, it's a very tight back seat, so probably won't be used a lot. As far as the center console rear, you get a little spot, once again, for your wallet, your phone, especially if you're charging your phone, you could just sit it right up in there. And you get the two cup holders. In the door, there's still that little slot under the handle over there. And you don't get any cup holders. If you go Crew Max, you do. And I was wrong. There is no spot here. There's nothing. So just there. If you want to put a little change or whatever, you get this. Obviously not storage, but if you have 4 drinks, you're all set. I mean, if you like caffeine, this is the way to do it. The real storage with the double cab and with the regular iForce. If you have the iForce Max, this won't be there. The battery will be under the seat. But if you have the regular iForce and the Crew Max or double cab, you get a big area under here for all of your stuff that you want to keep in the truck. It's gigantic. It's fairly deep, as you can see. And once again, iForce Max, you won't get this because the battery's under here. Ton of room under there to store whatever you may need. And that's what's great about the double cab. If you don't use your back seat a lot for the passengers, this would be perfect to keep all your stuff in. And maybe a passenger every once in a while here. You also can pull this here and you get a little space back here. This is normally where the JBL subwoofer is, which we don't have in this truck. And there's some space over there, you know, for some other things you may want to keep. You'd have to let me know in the comments below. It could definitely fit some tools, maybe an umbrella, blanket, whatever you want. And over here, the same thing, kind of like the old Tacoma. It has an area where you could put some skinny things there, but you could put a lot of stuff in this double cab, more than you would ever think. Thankfully, the seats, they come down and this comes up, so you have options. But that is it for the storage in the double cab, new generation Toyota Tundra. Now, once again, I want to stress this. If you go iForce Max, you lose that underseat storage. If you go iForce and Crew Max or double cab, you get it standard. So I know a lot of people want that underseat storage, so you got to go with the iForce. What do you think of the storage options in not only the double cab, but in the new generation Toyota Tundra? Is it adequate for you? I want to hear what you think in the comments below. Until next time, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at TundraDude34, TundraDude34@gmail.com. You guys have a great day. Be safe and be well.